Hey, I'm Sam.
And I'm Miguel.
This is the Didn't Anyone Mention podcast. What do you got for me today?
I guess, yeah. And we're back.
Oh, hello.
You sound so tired.
I'm so alive, you don't even know.
I know you are. You always are. I forgot what I was going to say. But some exciting news. We finally hit double digits on YouTube.
Yes.
So if you're listening on YouTube, cool. I know my guy, what's his name? At Andrew
P.
Andrew P, I think was what your name is. Thank you for listening. He is.
Yeah, and he reached out to us on Instagram. And he gave me a baller topic, so
okay.
Sucker. Good thing he didn't message you on YouTube.
I know.
So I'm excited. I looked it up a little bit and I was like, oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and I said I was gonna give him a spotlight for a response that he had. Yeah, it was a funny response. Sam was talking about what I was saying as the pigeon farts or something like that, and Andrew had a really good response. So if you want to look at it, it's on I think one of our more recent episodes of the podcast.
Yeah, I think it was only the last one or the one before it.
Yeah. So
that's so funny.
Anyways.
On YouTube. He commented on YouTube.
On YouTube.
So go find it.
Yeah, go find it yourself, bub.
It's like an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
Easter came early. Or, a little Christmas present, you know?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Melon-Heads?
I have not.
They're not? Give me what first impressions off the name.
I would just think I picture someone with a watermelon on their head.
I mean, it's pretty close, I think.
Because what other melons are there?
Cantaloupes.
Oh, dang it. Apparently, in Australia, those are called rock melons.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Learned that from Bluey.
Rock melons?
Mm-hmm.
Well, cantaloupe is disgusting either way.
Yeah, it was how Bandit hated them. Yeah. He's like, what's the worst fruit? And they're like, he said something, and he's like, actually, rock melon.
Yeah. Rock melon.
Rock melon, however it said.
Sock melon. That's what they should have called it.
But I was like, what kind of fruit is that? And I Googled it. It's cantaloupe. I was like, oh,
honestly,
okay.
That makes way more sense than a fucking cantaloupe.
Yeah, rock melon. It looks like a rock.
Cantaloupe sounds like some kind of goddamn animal.
I'm serious. If you guys have seen the skin of a cantaloupe, it is straight up looks like a rock.
Or they gave it to a couple that couldn't marry. They cantaloupe.
Stop.
That
was so cringe.
I thought
Such
of that.
A dad joke.
I thought of that right there, and I thought about not saying it, but
and you're like, nah, I gotta
say it. The genes.
Okay.
They just started pulling at my heart, and they said I had to say it out loud.
Okay, tell me about your melon head.
Okay, well, my head's not that big, but I guess I'll tell you. Okay. Anyways, so. They have a melon head. Yeah, I mean, it's in the fucking name. So, yeah. So, to some, their experiment's gone wrong. And to others, they're lost kids.
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
Things get complicated.
Now, okay, so...
I have a video of a sighting.
Stop. So I've seen. So some people are just making. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay. Now, finish your thought there. You said like 4 different sentences halfway through.
I was just in the middle of processing because I close my eyes and I picture these people, and they just have a watermelon with 2 little eye holes.
Oh, just a watermelon over their head?
Yes.
No.
How the jack-o'-lantern picture thing is always super common in October. I was thinking that, but a little bit more goofy for the melons. No. And then now you're saying experimental. Now I'm thinking aliens, but with a watermelon as a head. Or they're you know what? I wonder if the human body could last without a head. what if I just hooked up a watermelon? Because apparently, I don't know, maybe it has some sort of magic energy inside of it. And that's what my brain went to next. So,
I mean, all options. I don't know how viable, but they are options. They're theories.
They're theories. That's just the words you have said to me. Those are the words that came out of me.
Okay, fair enough. So, yeah. But things get a little more complicated. So it is a cryptid, and the legend comes out of Connecticut.
I love how we go through, like, themes. We went through, like, haunted places. Now we're going through cryptids. They're awesome.
Cryptids. And it's more of a local legend. I want to say it spreads from Connecticut.
It's a classic cryptid.
Is that next to Connecticut? Rhode Island?
Yeah.
And then Maine? Or is it New York?
I think it goes New York and then Maine.
In that area.
Uh-huh.
In the woods there.
Dang. Because Maine's like a lot of trees, a lot of wood. So New York has it too. People think, oh, it's only a city, but it has other stuff.
Yeah. So the Melon-Heads, you hit it right on the head.
Okay, well I said
they have large round heads. They have small bodies. Head. Yeah, their head is ginormous in comparison to their body.
Oh my gosh, are they like those cute little sing things?
Cute little sing things.
The little sing trailer or sing thriller short that we just watched on Netflix.
No, way creepier.
Oh, those were so cute.
Yeah.
They were like vegetable heads and they had little bodies. But like the same concept. Like a big old
noggin, yeah.
Big old noggin with little
small bodies, yep.
So what these like?
To put like little people, like 2 feet, 3 feet tall. Think of
like Centoya with a giant watermelon at the head?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Like a toddler. So a toddler with a watermelon on their head.
Watermelon shaped head.
That's right. Okay.
So, in the 1950s or 70s, it's hard to pinpoint where exactly this started.
Okay.
In an 18,000 population town of Connecticut, there's 2 possible origins here. Okay. 2 different. So, a lot of the, what would you call them? The cryptid TikTok videos, they lean towards one story. I'm sure you'll point it out. You'll figure it out. And the other one is kind of behind the scenes of maybe what happened.
Okay.
Not necessarily true, not necessarily false. It's just out there.
Okay.
So, the first is that in that time that there were a couple insane asylums in that area. Everything starts at an insane asylum, of course. Hartford Insane Asylum, and I'm totally gonna fuck up this name. Pagussit. Pagussi. How did you pronounce that? Paugusset.
Where is it? I need to see it. I'm dyslexic.
Right there.
Oh man.
Yeah. How'd you?
Pagussit?
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 I mean, that's
the AU? Close. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Pagussit then. Mental hospital. And according to this origin, patients with deformities or mental illnesses were tested on and experimented.
I know. Actually, this just came up when I was at work today.
The Melon-Heads?
No. Like, insane asylums and, like, lobotomies.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, how that was, like...
I think the last lobotomy...
If you look on the timeline, it wasn't that long ago.
I think it was the 60s, wasn't it?
It was, like, not that... We didn't look up the year, but it was, like...
I think the last one was performed in the 60s.
It was, like, people are still alive now that were alive then.
You know what's wild? Is that if your wife didn't get along with you, you would just send her to go get a lobotomy.
Oh, 100%.
Good old days. Just kidding.
No, people, it's so true. Like, they, like... Pretty much you just did something people didn't like. They're like, they're insane. Take them.
If they were gay or whatever, lobotomy.
Yeah.
If
not even lobotomy, they freaking shock therapy.
Yeah.
Freaking who knows what else? I've seen American Horror Story, so I don't know.
Yeah. They would do any it's just wild. They use lobotomies for everything.
Which is insane.
And it was pretty much what it was giving somebody a screwdriver and knocking a hole into your brain and being like, I hope I got it.
Well, they're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, they're like, yeah, I know what parts of the brain do what. So if we just take it out, it should be fine. Okay.
Didn't they?
Okay.
Because they went in through the eyeball, if I remember right.
Yeah, it's because it was one part of your brain that technically, I can't remember what side, but there's like a behavioral part in your brain.
Cerebral, no.
No,
frontal lobe.
It's your temporal. I think it's your temporal lobe. Temperament, yeah, temporal lobe, yeah. I'm pretty sure is something that controls like your emotions or like your reaction, like how you act, pretty much. Like, I mean, your whole brain does that, but because I can't remember. I may be mixing up spots of the brain, but there was like a guy who like literally practically lost a part of it, but he still was like alive, and they were like, "What?" But he was like totally out of control. But I think that's the whole point of like lobotomy and stuff. They're like, "Oh, well, that part of your brain controls this, so let's just take it out."
Yeah,
like
sense.
You're like your hunger part of your brain. You're like, you're obese. Let's just take it out, bro. Just take it out. You don't even have to be hungry.
Right.
Like, okay. Like, what?
It's essentially what Ozempic does.
Literally. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying is like, that was just the cure. Wasn't. It's just cycled us into medicine now, dude.
I know, right?
We can't just, they're like, you gotta just fix it with anything else.
Yeah. So.
Tangent over.
You just have to say that from now on. Otherwise, they're going to think I'm cutting you off again. Just tell me tangent over, and then I'll know to just keep talking. So, Sam said tangent over. So, the two insane asylums, they would speculated that they experimented on these people that had deformities or mental illnesses, and there was a group of kids that had enough, and they decided to escape into the surrounding woods, where a group of them adapted to life in the woods, and they bred with each other, with all their deformities and whatever, and into the Melon-Heads we see today.
Bro, what?
Yeah. Which, okay, it does sound crazy, but there is a family in Tennessee.
Oh, I know.
You know that family?
I figured you might. As soon as you said that.
This has happened where they're so inbred.
That they're not okay.
Yeah.
That's, if people wanted to argue about it, that is why it's a law. Health-wise, it is not okay. Like, to, like, marry.
Yeah.
Like, it is so unhealthy.
Imagine back in the day, we think of the kings and queens from back in the day being so elegant and whatever, but you look at the paintings of King John or whatever, and his jaw's so fucked up because he's so inbred. He barely made it through infancy.
Dude. It's crazy.
They would only breed into family. Imagine that's your king. There he is. He just shit himself this morning. Yeah, old King John.
They were different.
If that's royalty, they can keep it. Jeez.
That's why they were like, gosh, everyone else wants to overthrow us. I wonder why.
Yeah, so I'm making him at night. Seriously, dude.
Oh, no.
You think about it, and there were some royal bloodlines that you couldn't go outside the family. So it would just be inbreeding over inbreeding over inbreeding.
That's so awful.
I think one of them, King Francis III, I think, was the most, or fourth, maybe. I can't remember off the top of my head. But he was one of the most inbred kings, barely made it through infancy because his jaw was so elongated and his tongue was so puffy, and he had a lot of mental issues that he had so many fits of rage just because of the way he was.
Oh my god.
So inbred.
That's awful.
Right. Anyways, so that's the first theory.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Tangent over. Got you. So number 2 is that there were a group of misguided kids that were treated poorly in that area. They were neglected from their families. While they were out playing, they ran into a Dr. Crow, who was not a good guy.
Obviously.
He gained their trust and eventually did genetic experiments on them, causing some deformities, one of them being a ginormous head. Once these kids ran away after all the experiments, after they were like, this dude's not good, after their head started growing, they ran into the woods, again began breeding with each other, and creating a secluded society deep into the Connecticut woods. And every now and then there are sightings of these Melon-Heads, and they are carnivores. They will eat you. They're not friendly.
Wouldn't doubt it.
And that's pretty much the end of the second theory.
Did you mean to say cannibals instead of carnivores?
Same thing, isn't it?
I mean, technically they are the same thing, but I was just like, carnivores. I'm a carnivore. So you're like, they're a carnivore? I'm like, aren't you?
I think you're a carnivore. Like, we're carnivores, yeah, because we don't eat humans.
Well, carnivore is eating meat.
Right.
So you said it kind of like intensely when I was like.
But if they're not necessarily, would they still be humans, you think?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, then they are cannibals.
We just had this whole debate before about evolution.
You're right. They would be.
They technically, if they came from, if that's what they're saying is that they came from humans, they're human.
It would be cannibalism, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, well, cannibalism. Yeah, they would eat you. Eat you up.
Yeah, Dahmer took one out of their book, dude.
Maybe he took a couple notes. But while I was researching this whole thing, it is kind of alarming how many stories of little people there are.
We always bring it up.
Just in Native American culture, in their histories, across the world, there is little people. Just everywhere. And they're always kind of the same thing. They're aggressive, they're violent, and they're cannibals. All of them.
They have bad reps, dude.
Do you want to see the video?
Oh, yeah, you gotta show me the video.
Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back, but before I say anything, every time I show Sam a video, she laughs at it, dude. I get so scared looking at these videos, and Sam's like, that's the fucking video. That's the fucking one. Every time.
Dude, and the ones that creep me out, Miguel's like, not watching it. I'm like, okay.
Yes, if that doesn't freak you out, that freaked me out.
I mean, kinda.
I watched a sighting of Mothman earlier. I don't think I'll sleep tonight. Anyways, first thoughts.
Okay, first thoughts was...
Actually, I don't even know if I want to know. Actually, go ahead. Yes, I do.
It wasn't that bad. I was just like, I don't really know what I'm looking at. And I thought it could be... I don't really know what I was looking at, but they were just wearing all black, and then it had the head. I wouldn't say the head looked bigger than the body.
But a typical head, right? It's way bigger than a typical head, right?
I guess, yeah. I was like, especially, compared to, like, it was standing next to, or, like, running around kids. But the guy that was voicing over it cracked me up when he was like, yeah, these are the
watermelon-headed creatures.
Yeah, and they're going through a season where they dry out or whatever, and their head falls off. Like, what?
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's a little extreme.
I didn't watch it that far. Maybe that's where I lost credibility. I don't know.
But the video is creepy. I can see an inbred thing. Is that what you want? Or are we still talking about the video, or are we done? Because I want to go now. I want to go into your... Because I haven't been able to respond.
All right, that's the video. That's all of it. Okay. Tangent over.
See, you're cutting me off again. Just kidding.
Unbelievable.
You were talking about... So, pretty much these kids ran away from an insane asylum.
Yes.
and then they just inbreaded inbred a whole bunch, because those kids already had deformities. So then pretty much, yeah, it would be like genetic or something.
So in the
and
first
then they
one,
all kind of lived out there.
Yeah, in the first one I misspoke. It didn't say if it was kids or not.
Oh, so just people.
Just
people.
I was gonna say things, but I realized that could be offensive.
People.
Yes.
People. Okay, so not always kids. I'm guessing kids came up because they may be smaller.
Yeah, they're
but
short.
That also could just be
a deformity.
Which
Man, short kings stay short. You guys are good.
But we were just talking about how the kings and all that stuff. I mean, that in the east. Sorry, winds in the east is just like kept on playing. You know that freaking voiceover?
No.
Never mind. It's because you aren't into freaking Christmas right now. It's fine. It's whatever.
What? Melon-Heads and Christmas?
No, I'm just having a brain fart. What was I saying now? Oh, in the east.
In the east.
Somebody will know what I'm talking about. But anyways, East Coast has so much of like everybody came over from Europe, or a lot of like obviously like a ton of people came over from Europe, and especially in the forest, you never know if we're talking about inbred and things like that, like from the royal line and stuff. Who knows on if any of that came over, and they just kind of hid in the woods, or I'm not saying that they all started at a certain point. Maybe it was just it became more and more populated, so that's why it came around in the 19 whatevers.
So you think they were always here?
They maybe were there once we started colonizing over here.
I mean, we started colonizing.
What if that's Roanoke? Just kidding, that's a little high up.
What?
Roanoke?
What's that?
Don't even talk to me right now.
Roanoke? What the hell's Roanoke?
Bruh! One of the colonies that just disappeared? Croatoan.
Krakatoa?
No, Croatoan.
What the fuck are you saying?
Okay, well, guess that's what I'm gonna...
Croatoan?
Did.
All I can imagine right now is Squidward with the volcano on his head saying, Krakatoa! Is that what you're talking about?
No, I will show you later. Because I could do a whole episode on it.
Krakatoa.
Roanoke.
Well, they got forgotten because of that name. It makes no sense.
Well, I can't believe you don't know. I'm pretty sure we had to get taught this in school. Okay, pause this real quick. Let me freaking show you.
Okay, we'll be back. I'm gonna get an Idaho education.
It's not Idaho.
As you heard, it was in fact not Idaho, but it was North Carolina.
Virginia.
Virginia, yeah. Apparently, Roanoke had its own island called Roanoke Island. Mm-hmm. Pretty original.
Mm-hmm. It was one of the first colonies, and all the people just disappeared.
Yeah, that is. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
So, wait. You were answering.
But that's what. Oh, and then I was like, that's what I was saying. What if it was them? But we looked at the map. I looked at the map because I'm not. I mean, obviously, I know where all the states are, but I didn't realize it was that far.
Oh, obviously, you know where they are.
Yeah, dude. I was a freaking 50 state, 50 capital pro. Could I do it all right now? I could not.
So you were a pro, but you're not currently a pro.
You know, I would still say I'm better than you, I bet.
You would be correct. Yep. You'd be right. I know where Idaho is. That's the only one I need to know.
So I was like, oh, maybe they like ventured off from there and they got some, because there's a lot of spooky stories, like scary stories that come off of it. But yeah, I think, but it's also, that's like older. I'm not saying it's older history over there, but
I think it is.
I think it is to a point, yeah. So there's more spookiness.
Yeah, there's always spookiness.
I mean, think about like Salem with the witch trials over there.
Yeah.
Like, you got... That is in that's in Massachusetts.
No, it's in Maine.
Salem?
Isn't it?
Bro.
Well, before we get on that tangent.
But what I'm saying is there's more history.
Let's go back to the Melon-Heads, finish it, and then we can go on these tangents.
No, that's what I'm saying, is that these guys, I think that there's plenty of history, and I think that it's...
I think it's a possibility.
I think it's a possibility. The video is a little sad on, record.
You would count me as convinced if I saw that. Yep.
Okay, well, now that Miguel made a beautiful video for us, we're gonna get those posted, and I'll maybe see if I can find that video myself and repost it.
Yeah, and
from our TikTok.
Oh yeah, and any criticism is welcome on these videos. Unless you're gonna be really mean, then probably not.
Because you can't handle it.
I probably won't handle it. I'll probably tell my mom or something. So.
And then she'll hate you.
Yeah, she'll do something.
When we tell the meme says oh, when you're mean to me and I tell my mom that I hate you, there's no going back.
There is no going back. So if you want to be on me and my mom's shit list,
don't be that mean. But
don't be that mean. But you can be mean.
Yeah, Miguel cuts me off all the time, so about that much of a mean level.
Yeah, actually, it's a subjective amount of mean. So do your thing, whatever feels right. Anyways, now this episode's over, but if you're still listening this far, remember to follow, like, subscribe to all of our platforms. It helps us keep motivated to keep doing it. And now let's finish your thought on Krakatoa.
Roanoke and Croton. No, I was just saying that we'll have to do something on it because it's spooky.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I cannot believe you've never heard of it. I have watched way too many scary things based off of it.
Really?
Yeah, Supernatural has had stuff.
What the hell?
American Horror Story made actually a whole season of it, and it's creepy.
I know of so many random things, but Roanoke? I've never even heard of that word.
Bro, funny story because you've seen Supernatural with me. So you must have not been paying attention.
I don't think they've ever mentioned Roanoke.
They did.
Krakatoa?
Because it was during the trials.
What
the
season?
seals. When the seals were getting broken.
Roanoke?
Yeah, they went to a town. And they're like, it's like Roanoke. Because it had Croatoan on one of the pills. I've seen the first 3 seasons a little too much, obviously, but that's fine.
I don't remember that.
But either way, yeah, there's a lot of creepy. Yeah, people just worry about it, but they don't. I wonder if I look into it if it historically has been found or not. Maybe back then it was just oh yeah, it just disappeared, but now maybe we have evidence of what happened, but I have no idea.
So, okay, last side note here. In that video that Sam's going to repost on our TikTok, we're on TikTok now.
TikTok.
We're going to start posting little short videos about our episodes, so if you don't want to listen to the whole 30 minutes, I guess you could listen to 20 seconds. In that video, the guy says it's a watermelon head, but everything I found was a melon head. So this guy called them watermelon heads, and he says...
He looked a little inbred himself.
Okay.
He was like, oh, it's a watermelon head.
He's just seen a few things.
He's like, it's on its dry out season.
Yeah, he's like...
It's hollowing out, the seeds are dropping. What do you mean?
Yeah, so that's what I was going to bring up, is that... So the heads, he says, it's seeding. It dries out like a gourd, and then it falls off, and they grow a new one. So is that how new watermelon heads are made?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, homeboy is on something. He's like...
I believe him.
Their heads just fall off? What, do they grow a new one?
Yep. They're like the little critters in Men in Black.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know. See, I thought it was you brought up in the asylums, I thought it was a electrothought shock that just made the brain kind of popcorn. It just went.
Just popped them up.
Just pop their heads up bigger.
I don't think so.
You never know, I guess.
I guess, yeah. Oh, but I was trying to find more about this Dr. Crow guy. Apparently, he never existed, quote unquote. But there's no records proving he was there. But there's also no records
proving he wasn't.
Yeah, but I guess that's a lot easier to come by, right?
I don't know how true it is.
They also didn't release the records of the employees at the time, so.
I wouldn't, bro. I would not want to be on that shit list. Especially if people get out.
It's not a prison.
It practically was. Asylums?
I mean, that's true. You never knew what happened.
Yeah, and I think the conditions were really bad, too, most of the time.
Yeah, they weren't super...
They were pretty bad.
Yeah. I always wonder what it's like. Is there any active insane asylums in the U.S. today? I don't think
they're called that anymore, though.
What are they called?
I'm guessing they're called, like... I don't know what they're called nowadays, but I think
Kooky cabins?
Or, like, they're not even called anything. I think it's, like, what... We have, like, Intermountain, right? That's, like, a...
Oh, my gosh, you're right.
Yeah.
But I thought that was,
It's, like, if you, like, try to hurt yourself, like... And then you get checked in. Like a mandatory hold, like a psych evaluation.
Dude, I never even thought about that. I knew of a handful of people in high school that went there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? So yeah, so nowadays we have those kind of like recent, like those structured, but like back then, I don't even know what they would do.
So over in the New York area, there are so many abandoned insane asylums.
It's like unnerving.
I would hate to walk through one. I would never take a tour.
Never?
Nope. No.
What about a jail?
I've been to one.
Penitentiary.
I've been there. I took a tour there.
I know. We went to prom there.
Yeah. That's the only time I would do it, though. Actually, I've been there before.
Well, yeah, because we went to school in Idaho. Of course we did. I'm pretty sure I went there 4 times for an elementary school thing.
Did I ever tell you I felt somebody on me when I was in there?
What? For prom?
No.
Oh, for when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Somebody felt you up?
In the jail, yeah.
Like a ghost or like an actual person?
I don't know.
Need to like...
I don't know.
I don't know.
The ghost of P. Diddy's coming past.
Stop. Coming on your...
No, but we went, I think I was in like 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. All I remember, honestly, was super tangent, by the way. If you guys are still listening, bless your hearts. But my favorite part about field trips, on God, was my mom. Dude, I'd say, oh, we have a field trip tomorrow. She's like, okay, let's go to Walmart. And I would get a full-size bag of chips, family-size bag of chips, anything I want. Right?
How did I
and
already
then
know?
One of those fucking beefer sandwiches that were like 14.
You got a meal for all 5 of your friends.
No, that was just for me.
I know, I'm joking, babe.
Dude, yeah, like one of those ginormous, and I would get the biggest one, of course. I want that one. Hell yeah. The sandwiches that are all bread, you know, and then I'd get like Gatorade or something. But
just some Gatorade.
Yeah, dude.
When you're airlocked.
Dude, I remember bringing my sack lunch. Everybody else had like a Lunchable or whatever, and I'm bringing out this goddamn Subway Mega Monster, dude.
Did your mom ever fill in for the field trip?
Yeah, she came every now and then.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My mom would too. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was really fun. And then that's so funny.
Dude.
See, mine was like an unlunchable or something, or like packed lunch.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me finish my thought here.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm cutting you off. I'm cutting you off because I was telling a story.
Sorry. Thought your story was done.
So. No, that was just the sandwich part.
That's right. I forgot.
Anyways,
Sorry.
So I remember we were walking through the jails. Mm-hmm. The first ones you see that are like 4 stories tall, if I remember right. Or 3 stories.
Okay.
And one of the jail cells was open, and they let us go in there, and with a flashlight or something like that, and we were taking pictures. I think I still have the picture. I think my mom took it.
One of your pictures.
What do you mean, one of my pictures?
One of your, like, 4 pictures.
Yeah, one of my pictures that exists in the world of me when I was a kid. And I was holding onto the bars taking a picture, and something held my hand, and it wasn't another person.
Oh, the one with that guy right behind you?
Dude, stop. Dude. That's, like, not funny, actually. I'm going to tell the teacher on you.
Well, I guess if you
can go ahead.
Miguel's mom listening, please find that picture for us so we can post it.
I think you have it. So, if not...
Miguel made this whole thing up and he's just dreaming.
No, I guess if not, it'll just be like every other instance in my childhood. Forgotten, stowed away in the depths of memory. Right.
It's not true because we just got a picture of Miguel in his Halloween costume and he was like 4 or something.
Yeah, I was Barney. And man, was I pulling.
Dude, and he already had the dad shoes on, dude. He had
did.
New Balances on.
White.
Yeah, he was like...
Crisp.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to be... Yeah, I bet.
They were crisp.
So, yeah. So...
All right, your story. What were you going to say?
I'm not going to say anything. I'm done.
Are you done now?
Yeah. Cut myself off. I'm finished.
Right. Well,
cooked.
Thanks for listening, and
smell you later.
Don't let them